Can you press that for me, please? Okay.
You can only shut the door like that.
Shut it, please.
Shut it.
Hi, Michelle. Just getting all my bits and pieces ready. Just going to wait for a few more, just to see. How you doing, Michelle? I'm just going to wait for a couple of others to join before I start. I'm going to do lava lamp nails tonight. Yeah, not too bad, Michelle. Not too bad. Desperately in need of my holiday next week. I can't wait. Just see if anyone else joins us. I'm only going to the New Forest, but it's just a breakaway, so I can't wait. I only ever get 1 week off a year. Okay, I'll give it another minute and then I'll get started. Okay. Right, I'll get going, and if people join us, all's the better. Okay, I'm doing lava lamp nails. I saw a picture on our group and I thought how funky they looked, so I gave it a go. It's really simple. So I thought I'd give you a show on how I did it all. Okay, just making sure I've got all my brushes. Right, so okay, I'm working on plastic tips tonight. Obviously, if you're working on someone's fingers, you need to either put your tip on and then put a bit of clear acrylic, or if you sculpt a clear nail tip and a bit of clear on the nail bed. I always prefer to do that because when you go to file off, you're only filing down to the file and you're not touching the nail itself. But each to their own. If you don't like putting a clear base down first, that's entirely up to you. But as I said, I'm working on a clear tip today, and I'm going to be using Trilogy Clear, and I'm going to do 2 different ones. So I'm going to do CJP Metallic Gold and CJP Vamp. I've got Alexa's Black Paint, and I'm using a 5D Cat's Eye from SBD. Okay, right, we'll get going. Let me just take the lids off. Okay. Okay, so I'm using, I don't know what size brush it is. I think it's a 3D one from CJP. It's quite nice. It gives me more control over my little blobs. So if you imagine a lava lamp, it comes out in big, long, little blobs, little diddy bobs, big blobs, you know, so you can, there's no really right or wrong way. You can do whatever, how big or how little you want. It all depends what you're fancying at that particular time. So I'm going to do 2 different colours just to get so you can see it twice. Okay, so I'm picking up a bit of gold, and I always bleed it out slightly and put it onto that. I'm not putting the clear down first because obviously I'm working on a clear tip. Okay, so then I'm just going to shape it into what shape I want. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but when you lava lamps, they never seem to do. Oh, the dog's just opened the door. They're not uniform blobs. They're sort of like a bit all over the place. So try not be quite so precise with your blobs. Okay, I think I'll put a little one up here. And they don't all have to be facing the same way either. So I've got that one there. I think I might take a bit of that off, it's a bit much. Remember, we're encapsulating this, so you don't want it too thick. Okay, take off the surplus. I'm going to leave that tiny little dot there because it looks really good. A dot there. And it always looks good because I'm going to be painting across the bottom and across the tip. So it always looks good if you put a bit that's going to go behind that, so it looks more realistic. Okay, so I think that would probably be enough. You could put more if you wanted, but you need to be careful that we don't overload it. I'm just taking off the, cleaning it up really. Okay, so that's that one. I'm just going to do the red one while I wait for that one to cure a bit before I put the clear on. Turn around to my other one. Neons would be good for this. Actually, I think I might try neon green. I think that would be better than the red. Bear with me. Okay, so I've got Trilogy Systems, Aftershock and Radioactive out. We'll do a two-tone one. Okay, same principle, but I'm going to blend them in a bit together. Okay, see, we can put a little dot there. Put this one here with a bit of green. Okay, and then I'm going to get a green, just a tiny dot, bleed it out and put it sort of there, so it looks like it's separated, if you know what I mean. Okay. Okay. I'm going to put a yellow bit here. And I'm going to encourage it so it looks like it's disappearing up behind. Where the top of the lamp will be. Okay, right. Turn back to the other one, go back to my normal brush, and we're just going to encapsulate it. Okay, and you just encapsulate like you normally would. Remembering to pat all the way, because the more you do with the brush, the less you do with your file. It's quicker, it's easier, and less hard work. Okay, I'm just going to pat that. Have any of you ever tried the lava lamp nails? They're quite effective and not very difficult. Just put one last bit on there. Okay, so it looks really not very good at the moment, but once you've put your painting bit on, okay, right, let me turn that around and do the next one. I can see a lump there. Hang on, I can see a lump on this one. Just gonna smooth it out. Okay, do the same to this one. This is the boring part. Thanks, Michelle and Susan. It is really simple, really simple. Sometimes you look at some of these now and you think, oh, that looks really good, but they're actually really simple to do. And I'm thinking, if you haven't got many coloured acrylics or anything, I'm quite sure it would probably work with using some gel polish, creating your dots and your blobs, curing it and then encapsulating it. I think that would probably work too. Or if you've got pigments, you could use your pigments. I'm still trying to work out how to do, I want to do a nail that looks like lemonade. I've tried a couple of times and I haven't got quite the right effect, so I'm going to keep trying. I really fancy doing a nail that looks like lemonade. Not quite sure why. Just woke up thinking about it in the night one night. Okay. I've just got to wait for them to cure slightly before I can give them a quick buff, and then I'll show you the painting part, which just finishes it off. Let me just put my lids on. Got a habit of knocking everything over me. So what's everybody doing in their salons or their home salons or anything at the moment? Is it neons? Is it pastels? What are your customers wanting? Just going to make some idle chit chat while I'm waiting. Not quite ready. Anybody? I'm finding neons are quite popular. Quite like a neon nail. No, it's still not. Impatient. I'm impatient. Just waiting for that to set just a little bit longer. I could do with a heat lamp to make it set quicker. Does that work? Does anybody know? If you put a heat lamp over the acrylic, does it work? Oh, no neons for you, Michelle. Oh. Yeah, they seem quite popular in mine. Yeah, a heat lamp I think would work for my lives. Just so I don't have to sit here twiddling my thumbs. Hi. I'll say that's pretty much okay. I'm just going to give it just a brief I'm only giving it a quick buff just so you get the general gist of it. On my first attempt, oh, it's come off. On my first attempt, I noticed when I filed that obviously I hadn't encapsulated it quite thick enough, and my little bits came through a bit. But it didn't really matter. So once I top coated, you couldn't see it anyhow, so it didn't matter. So don't panic if you've got little patches of it coming through, because it didn't really matter. Okay, I think that might do, just to give you a general gist. Let's put that back on there. I'll chance the yellow one so we can do them both together. I find it always fiddly filing tips like this. I don't know about anybody else. I'm only using a 180 grit file. This one's not quite cured enough, but It'll do. Let me just give that a bit of a... Okay. Let me just brush it. Okay, so I get a thin brush. Then I'm just looking for my brush. No, not that one. Okay, I'm using a shadow brush from Bird. It's quite old, this brush. Could do with some new ones really. Okay, so I'm using Alexa's art paint in black. And basically, so imagine this is going to be the top and this is going to be the bottom. Okay, so, and I find if you create a nice arch, if you create a nice arch, I don't know, it just looks nicer. Like that. And paint black. You could use gel polish. Doesn't really matter. Okay. And I'm going to do the same, but the other way round at the bottom. And you see what I mean about it disappearing behind? I don't know, it just gives it, make it look a tad more authentic. There's a bit there I missed. Okay, I'm going to do the same to the yellow one. God, I always get myself covered. I'm so not a neat worker. Can you all see? Yeah. Okay, and the same again for the bottom. Okay, so I've done those two. I'm just going to whop them in the lamp. Oh, never mind, Michelle. Maybe if you did some nail tips in neon colours and just left them casually by your desk, people might want to try them. That's what I do. If there's anything I fancy doing, I leave hints around where I'm working, and my customers spot it, and they tend to order it. They tend to sort of say, "Oh yeah, I'll have a bit of that." Okay. Just give it a quick top up because some of it's a bit streaky. You could do this in any colour you wanted, but I've discovered that I paint it black and then I use a 5D cat's eye on it, and it gives it a nice metal look. Just adds another depth to the nail. You know, you could paint it in just ordinary paint, that'd be fine. There's no rules to say that you can't. This is just my preference. Okay. Okay, straight back in the lamp. Close my pot. Okay. I could do with some music or something in the background, but I'm always scared in case Facebook tell me off. So that's why I don't have it playing. Do they tell people off for doing it? Just waiting for the lamp. Always seems like you're waiting for a kettle. When you're actually working on customers, you're not left there sitting, are you? But doing lives, you quite find yourself just sitting here doing nothing whilst waiting. Okay. Right, so now I'm going to use my cat's eye. Again, this is my choice. You can use whatever you like. Okay, so paint the cat's eye on over the black. I just think it adds another dimension, because my kids have had lava lamps over the years and they've always been metallic-y looking. So I just thought I'd try it. And it sort of looks okay. Okay, so I use the round bit of my magnet and give it a bit of a magnet job. Put that in the lamp. And then I'll top coat. Does anybody use cat's eye polishes? They're really quite good for nail art as well as just painting the whole nail. And I prefer to use the cat's eyes on top of black rather than just on their own. I just know it just gives it more depth. Struggling for ideas on what to do my own nails for my holiday next week. I don't know whether to do long ones or short ones, and then I don't know whether I want bright ones or pastels. I can't make my mind up at all. Okay, right, I'm just going to top coat. And then what I do is once that's cured, I'll take the it's not blue tack, it's white tack, from behind, and then you'll be able to get the full effect. I just think it's one of those sort of nails that there's no wrongs or rights. I think it's just however you want to do it, really. Okay, I use Jules top coat. Long and bright. Yeah. Yeah, I might do. I've got several ideas going around in my head. If I could suss out the lemonade now, I'd go for that, but I can't quite get it right. I don't know whether to do an encapsulated flower and then a 4D flower. in pinks and bright pinks and purples. I don't normally wear pink, so that'd be different for me. Hi Lisa. Okay, then we get rid of the white tack. It always sticks to it once it's been in the lamp. Okay, there we go. Can we see? Lava lamp nails. Not perfect on a tip. They come out better on a hand, I have to say, but on a tip, you know, you can sort of see it, can't you? Pretty simple. So no rights or wrongs really, because they're gloopy dollops. So you can make it as fun or simple as you like. Okay, so that's it for tonight. I'm probably going to do another one this week. I'll put a post up because I won't be here next week because I'm on holiday. So I might do encapsulating with acrygel. That's been mentioned to me, so I might try and do that towards the end of the week. So I've done 2 this week to make up for missing next week. Okay then. You like them, Michelle? I think they're pretty cool. Yeah. Okay then, thanks for joining me and I'll see you next time. Ta-da!